But the biggest thing by far of Raw was the New Day. That was unfucking believable.
Yeah, it was a total swerve too because
unbelievable.
they're teasing
man.
Xavier and Kofi breaking up.
This is
you knew Big E was coming back,
which I thought was awesome. Super emotional.
Yeah,
he got a huge reaction. Everybody's talking.
Yeah,
and promo work in this was like 9 million out of 10. Like it was some of the best stuff I've ever seen from the New Day.
Yeah,
so good, dude, so good.
And it didn't feel like the New Day.
And the prior to this, like prior to War Games, the confrontation that they did, like the wicked cool thing where they followed Kofi and Xavier into the back, and they went in the back and immediately got in each other's face and started fighting.
Yeah,
that was.
And they got like super personal.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible, dude.
Yeah, it was good.
But this was just genius.
It was because then you can play into the whole thing about Big E getting injured and being gone.
Everybody thought going in, and they had us all.
Yeah.
That Xavier Woods was about to turn heel and fuck over the New Day, and it was going to split everybody.
Yeah.
So the fact that
Big E might not even be cleared. Right?
Yeah.
Most likely he's still not.
Which bums me out,
but you get this story.
At least he has a great quality of life, and he still works for him.
Yeah.
He still gets to be around.
They're like, Stone Cold broke his neck and he came back. You know what I mean?
And they didn't even dude, they mentioned Edge.
Yeah.
And he was like, and they didn't even have anybody to come back to. You had us. You abandoned us. Dude, it was just so good. And ending it with Kofi and Xavier turning their back on him, and Big E's crying, saying, so this is it, huh? This is how it's going. Cool. And he just has to walk away crying. And Kofi and Xavier turn to each other, and Hardcam zooms in and just gets that perfect shot of those two.
Yeah, it was
and
really
they
good.
just high five each other, and they're like, it's just us now.
Yeah. Especially with the way they've been teasing the
mega heel turn, dude.
Yeah.
Mega heel turn. They are going to be different level with this. Like you can tell already,
and it's like
it's going to be a switch just went off with those guys.
I think it's
going to be different level
because Kofi knows he doesn't have a lot of time left. He's been around. He's already considered retirement and all that.
He has. Yeah.
So it's like he's going to want to go all in on this.
This is going to be one more big one for Kofi, I'm sure.
And they've been around for 10 years. Is crazy. I can't believe it's been 10 years. Dude, people didn't like the New Day when they started.
One of the greatest factions of all time. I don't know how you debate it.
They almost didn't happen, though. They almost didn't happen. When they debuted, everybody was like, this is so stupid. Like, this has got to be the corniest shit I've ever seen.
And they took over, and they made it God tier.
It was like almost Viking experience level.
It started off like super abysmal. Lame and out of touch. Yeah. And then when it wasn't working, and I saw a thing online, WWE posted on their YouTube about the New Day, where Triple H at headquarters was talking with him, and he was saying how, he's like, it was crazy to see it from my side, being here the whole time, to see you guys get handed this just whatever.
Yeah.
And Xavier's got a million ideas, and you guys have a million ideas, and we're just shutting them all down. Like, not me personally, not Triple H personally, but the writers and shit are going, go out there and do this. And the power of positivity or whatever.
It was like a gospel type group.
And just no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
And so when they realized no one gave a fuck, they said, fine, what do you want to do? They went out one time and did what they wanted to do instead. And it's 10 years later. Yeah. 10 years. 10 years of a faction
I can't believe it's
together
been 10 years.
with minimal change to their characters for 10 years in huge matches. One of the greatest tag teams of all time.
They had a really long title reign.
Yep.
They've got
multiple title reigns.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple world
Double
champions.
Digits. Yeah.
In it now.
They're Hall of
Fame. Kofi was king of the ring. They are first ballot Hall of Fame faction. Legit one of the greatest factions of all time. And name another faction for me that had a 10-year uninterrupted run with no turmoil in the group. I'd love to know what faction it is. 10 years? I'd love to know. Not DX. Not the Horsemen. Not NWO. Not Evolution.
Road Warriors? How long were the Road
They're
Warriors?
not a faction. It's just a tag team. I'm talking more than 2 guys faction.
Well, now they're just a tag team.
Well, but this is the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Presumably, this is the end of the New Day as we know it.
Yeah.
What other faction is there that had a 10-year, uninterrupted, successful run? I can't think of one. I can't think of one.
Well, it depends on what you categorize it as. You know, it's
maybe, I guess the Bullet Club is still around, so you could argue the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
You know? NWO broke up. They lasted 4 years or something.
Yeah.
You know? Evolution, same deal. But it was always intended.
It was like different versions
it's
of
not
NWO
that it was
too,
bad.
though.
It's just, you know, DX was all over the place.
Yeah, because you had Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and then it was like,
and it makes sense to go. You can't have them be that faction.
Yeah,
they're the 2 top guys. They've got to be top guys. 100%. I get it. It's not a knock on other factions. It's just really crazy to see.
Yeah.
And it makes New Day a very specific and very special faction.
Well, they grew huge. Like there's up, down, down. Like there's there's not just so that.
Much. They've had such a gigantic impact across the board on the industry, more than people realize.
I was hoping that I'm not sure where Raw was, but I was hoping that like during the promo you'd hear Big E go, "Oh, Cleveland," or whatever. Like just from the backstage area.
Would have been cool. That was a particularly emotional aspect of that whole segment, was just seeing Big E, man. Mm-hmm. He was so good. Yeah. He's one of the biggest what if guys ever. He literally just
he was a world champ, wasn't he?
He just got it.
Yeah.
He just got world championship. He was just beginning to be perceived as a viable main eventer.
Yeah. And then a belly suplex.
That's it.
That was brutal too.
So beat, man. And it sucks for Ridge. It was Ridge, right? Ridge Holland.
Yeah.
It did it. Sucks for him because it's not like he fucking is bad. He's not even a botch fest or anything.
Yeah.
You know? He's otherwise good. But he just
it was just
an awkward thing.
It was just like an under rotation. Yeah.
Scary, man. But end result.
Anything that goes to show you too, like anything on the outside, like there's mats there, but they're just wrestling mats. Anybody who's ever been mats, on like a jiu-jitsu mat, go take a bump on one.
Yeah, it's cool. Go flat back, tuck your chin,
and it's on concrete.
Get your arms out. Take a flat back bump on this shit.
Yeah.
See how it feels.
Yeah. It's basically
it ain't
like
hard.
Fucking
Watch a
puzzle.
video for 5 minutes of a wrestling school breaking down how to take a flat back bump, and go do it on a wrestling mat, a blue gym mat from high school.
Yeah.
Go take one.
That's
See
why
how it feels.